Well, I doubt this camera has very good low light capabilities, but the stars tonight are absolutely amazing, and I can see the Milky Way too. Alright, so I am out past Garden Valley near Hot Springs Campground, and it's, I don't know, it's probably about 11:30 or midnight. Anyway, what better time to go for a skate? When I was about 15, I was running between two cities, trying to use the back roads to get from one city to another unseen, because the police were out looking for me as a runaway. And I took this one back road, and I knew the road. I'd ridden it on my bicycle before, but I never skated it. And I knew that it was smooth, and I knew that it was super, super steep. It was just a straight drop. But there was a run out at the bottom, and the road went through woods, and the woods were just really dense. There was no moon and absolutely no light because of the trees, and so I couldn't see anything, not even my hand in front of me. And I dropped the hill, and the sound of the wind rushing by my ears was just so intense, and tears started to stream down my face, partially from the adrenaline and the thrill, but also from the wind just blowing in my eyes. And I just had this feeling of exhilaration, but also of expecting at any second to be thrown off my board, hitting a pothole or a woodchuck or a stick or a rock. And when I got to the bottom, I must have been doing probably around 50 miles an hour. It definitely was around the fastest that I'd ever gone on a skateboard. The wind was so loud and so deafening around my ears, yet it was a still night. So as I was out here just past Hot Springs Campground, it's kind of dark, and the moon has gone down behind the mountains, and really the only light is a light from a few rural houses, maybe a couple rural houses trickling through the trees, and the starlight from the Milky Way. And so I figured it might be a good night, and I have my slalom board with me, and so I thought that I might just have a ride. Starting to pick up some speed now. The wind is getting louder. It's not light enough to see any obstacles. I couldn't even see a raccoon, let alone a deer. Pumping for speed. There, a little bit of light on the hillside from that house across the river. There are some cracks in the road. You can feel them. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Well, that was a big crack. Bottom of the hill. What a ride. Yeah, the tears are actually starting to stream down my face. Gotta get out of the road, another car's coming. That was awesome. Now, while I don't always bomb mountain roads in the dark at night on a slalom board, but after I do, I like to soak in the hot springs and take a swim in a freezing river. Hopefully the fish don't eat me. Oh man. Oh. Luckily, right next to here is a tiny little super hot, ouch, hot spring that we built up a wall around last year. Whew. Oh, boy, I think that water is about 50 degrees. And this hot spring is about 115 degrees. Whew. Ow. That's hot. It's burning my butt.